Hi, this is Jill from Simple Daily Recipes. Okay, get out your pen and paper. I'm about to share with you my tofu scramble recipe that we enjoy on the weekends. I don't know why I don't make this like every day, probably because we get tired of it, but it's a really good tofu scramble recipe. There's lots of them out there, I know, but mine's like the laziest version ever, I think. Okay, so, alright, get your pen and paper ready. Okay, set your oven to 350 degrees. And then in a big, large bowl, I want you to take, you can do 1 or 2 packages. It all depends on how many people are eating in your house. For 4 of us, I go ahead and get 2 packages, like 2 14-ounce packages of extra firm tofu. Drain them off and cube them up. Add 2 tablespoons of nutritional yeast, 2 teaspoons of garlic powder, 2 teaspoons of onion powder, a teaspoon of salt, probably about a half a teaspoon of black pepper. What else do I put in there? You can add a little turmeric if you'd like, about a 4th teaspoon of turmeric. That's good. That gives it its nice yellow flavor. That's about it. And don't be shy with the spices. Oh, what else works? What was that I put on there? You can use a little cumin if you like. Sometimes I use cumin, sometimes I don't. If I do use cumin, I'll use about a half a teaspoon. No problem. But you can, I kind of vary, go back and forth on that. And then give all that a good toss. Make sure everything's well coated. And this last weekend, last week I came across this product. So this weekend when I made the tofu scramble, I decided to put one little link in there. So I took now I'll say this, it was very delicious. This is a very tasty product, but it's like, it's got a plastic casing and there's a lot of oil in it. So I actually took one of these links out of its plastic casing and rinsed off the oil so that I was just left with this, I'm not sure what it's made with, like vital wheat gluten. I forgot to read. I can't remember right now what it's made of. But anyways, I just kind of washed off all that extra oil and then I chopped it up and tossed it into with the tofu on the baking sheet. And I used one of those big baking sheets. And I also had some leftover cubed potatoes, just some home fries that we had made the night before when we had burgers, and I threw those in there, so we had some potato mixed in, and then I baked that for about 20 minutes in the oven. Now let me show you. Look at this. This is like 3 minutes after I got it out of the oven. The family descended upon this pan like a horde or a swarm of locusts. It was incredible how fast. I hadn't even had my dish yet. This is how fast 3 people could take out this easy tofu scramble. Yeah, it took no time at all, and it's really good. And you don't have, once you put everything on the baking sheet, I don't mess with stirring it or anything. Just make sure the oven is hot when you put it in, and I did not bother oiling the pan or any of that stuff. I just threw it in there and let it bake for 20 minutes, and it turns out great. It's nice and firm. The tofu still has a little bit of moisture to it, but that's great because with the leftovers, you can warm them up in the microwave, and the tofu doesn't get too chewy. So I kind of like that. All right, there you go. There's my breakfast tofu scramble version, and pretty lazy, I know, but it's good. All right, you give it a try and let me know what you think. Bye.